go, here we go. 10 logo. 6-6, pull it high. Get it.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Look at me, zipper!
Here's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. 53's the mic. 53's the mic. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Yeah, shoot.
They'll try the air now with Hill. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey.
Now it's Hill. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
A shotgun snap for Hill. Being chased out left. And an alley to run. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, Alpha. Let's go. Five.
Hill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, Echo. Snap.
To throw again. Hill. He's going to look deep for Perriman. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Brashad Perriman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain. And
it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Brings up 2nd down at the 17-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check 161. Matchbox light.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Saints 3.
Ready. 60 out front. Watch the pass.
On 2nd down, it's Love, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Got it.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Come on, boy. Yes. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Ready, go.
Back to throw here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Blue draw quarters. Go.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, you. Ready?
Off of play action. Hill. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here we go. Set 70 Indy. Oh, you got D? H3218. Chopper. Check.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That ball complete to Isabella. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
They'll look to throw here. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They'll set up to throw. Able to find Isabella. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he slings one that's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
He'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Let's pick up.
Get it.
Now Hill.
Let's get off the field.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
8-3.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Got it.
47. Mike's 47. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike.
Hill now operating from the red zone. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
Hey, Orbit.
47 to Mike, boy. 47. Check, 47. I'm coming for you.
3rd and long. It's Hill. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
22, check Auburn. Go on. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Nice 7, let's go.
90 is the Mike.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Latavius Murray, incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Get that quarterback. You're out. Get that quarterback. Scene 6.
2nd and 10. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Adams, incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
On
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll throw now on the final play, and that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken very short.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. David Onyemata drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is fielded at the 27. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position.
Ready.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Trying the toss play to Love. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Yeah, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Mike, 4.
Ready, go.
On first down, here's Love. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw. This one caught by Isabella. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. Set. 70 in. Chopper. Chopper.
Yo, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. They'll run forward with Love. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Buccaneers' defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Out of the gun, Hill. He's got a man. That's caught, left sideline. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check, 47.
Get that quarterback. Hey, Hayward.
From the 41, Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Back now here live in New Orleans. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
They'll set up a throw. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team. And they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete, and he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Love. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a third down, but they are in field goal range already.
Zoom, fellas, let's go. Watch the run.
Mike, 4. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Set, go.
Now back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
On the top. Let's go, let's go. Got double time. Double time. General, flash. Check, check. 3 down, 3 down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Here's Love again. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set,
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here we go, T. Here I come. Here I come.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
The defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Saints, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
I do this for the